a young girl named Sarah has always worked part-time as a nanny to pay for her school fees. One Saturday night, she was invited to a wealthy house on the outskirts of town. She was to look after a 6-year-old boy named Tommy. The parents had gone away for the weekend, and Sarah was left alone with the child in the huge house. The house was old, with high ceilings, large paintings, and heavy curtains. As soon as she entered this house, Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. It seemed to her that there was something strange, elusive in the air. Sarah put Tommy to bed. Afterward, she checked the doors and windows, then sat in the living room with a book. An hour later. However, she was disturbed when she heard light footsteps upstairs. Sarah checked Tommy's room and made sure he was asleep. Deciding it was just her imagination, she returned to the living room to her book. 10 minutes later, however, something frightening was heard, a creepy laugh. It came from the hallway. Sarah froze. Her fingers frantically clutched the phone. Someone was in the house. She stood up slowly, her heart pounding frantically. Glancing down the hallway, all she saw was darkness. She decided it could have been the TV she had forgotten to turn off. Sarah went to the sound. However, the living room was silent. Not a single appliance was working. Then the laughter came again, this time closer, right behind her back. Sarah turned around, but no one was there. A chilling terror gripped her. She rushed upstairs to Tommy's room, locked the door, and snuggled into the baby. He continued to sleep, unaware of what was happening. The minutes stretched endlessly. Sarah listened. The house breathed. Then, footsteps were heard in the hallway, slow, measured. Someone was wandering through the house. The girl covered her mouth with her hand so as not to give herself away. Suddenly, the footsteps stopped just outside the door. Then the same sinister laughter was heard, quiet but eerie. Sarah shrank into a ball, afraid to even breathe. The doorknob jerked. Someone was trying to come in. She grabbed her cell phone and dialed 911. The voice on the other end was her only hope. "There's someone in the house. I'm alone with the baby. Please come quickly." The operator tried to reassure her, but Sarah couldn't hear her words very well. The laughter grew louder, as if reaching into her very soul. The door shook as if it were being kicked in. Suddenly it was silent. Only her heavy breathing filled the silence. 10 minutes later, the siren sounded. The police raided the house but found no one. No sign of forced entry, no sign of intruders. "Are you sure you heard laughter?" the officer asked, looking around the room doubtfully. Sarah couldn't believe it. Had she made it all up? However, her fingers were still trembling, and her heart couldn't rest. Tommy suddenly opened his eyes and whispered, "He always comes back when his parents aren't home." Sarah looked at the boy with horror. "Who is he?" He smiled, and something terrible flashed in his eyes. It sent shivers down Sarah's spine.